Barron Trump, the youngest son of Donald and Melania Trump, has always been a figure of intrigue. Raised in isolation and protected from the public eye, his childhood was far removed from the media frenzy his older siblings faced. Melania made sure Barron's well-being was her top priority, shielding him from the spotlight. However, as Barron enters adulthood, that bubble is starting to pop. Now, his name is making headlines in areas like cryptocurrency and the manosphere, raising questions about the person he's becoming. What kind of individual emerges from such an insulated world of privilege and power? Is he another Trump heir? Or is there more to his story? Growing up in the shadows of celebrity. Unlike his older siblings, Barron Trump didn't experience the chaos of the Trump family in the same way. Don Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany were all adults by the time Barron came into the picture in 2006. They had already carved out their identities in the public eye, having lived through the spectacle of reality television, tabloids, and their father's larger-than-life persona. Barron, on the other hand, grew up in the quieter, more insulated world of New York City, shielded from the relentless scrutiny that came with being part of the Trump family. Barron's early years were spent in Manhattan, surrounded by security and isolation. He didn't grow up with his siblings, who were already adults when he was born. His childhood was characterized by a sense of separation from the world, a child raised behind glass. His mother, Melania, took every measure to ensure that Barron was not thrust into the public spotlight. She delayed moving to the White House so that Barron could finish his schooling in New York and limited public appearances, emphasizing that her son was off limits. Melania's commitment to protecting Barron extended beyond just shielding him from the public eye. She went as far as to state that she would not let her son become a spokesperson for the MAGA movement or be molded into a political mascot. She was determined to allow Barron to have a normal childhood, away from the intense political spotlight that had engulfed his father. In interviews, she frequently framed Barron as her priority, focusing on his upbringing and mental well-being rather than on her role as First Lady. The enigma of Barron Trump. Despite Melania's best efforts, Barron's existence has always been subject to speculation. His private life is a matter of public interest, and as he grows older, the mystery surrounding him only deepens. He doesn't speak publicly, doesn't have a social media presence, and rarely makes appearances. This lack of visibility has led to an array of projections, with the media and the public trying to piece together who Barron Trump really is. One such projection came in 2024, when a series of viral posts and tabloid reports claimed to offer a glimpse into Barron's childhood. The claims came from a man who purportedly had a close connection to Barron during his early years, alleging that the young Trump displayed violent outbursts and disturbing behavior. While these allegations were never independently verified, they fueled a narrative of Barron as a troubled figure, raising questions about his upbringing and mental state. What's undeniable, however, is that Barron's childhood was marked by loneliness. Raised in extreme wealth but isolated from his peers, Barron's experience mirrors that of many children from powerful families, privileged but cut off from the world that most people know. He didn't have the same public life as his older siblings, who were involved in their father's business ventures and political campaigns. Instead, Barron was raised in relative seclusion, his life largely confined to the walls of Trump Tower and the private spaces of the Trump family's inner circle. The struggles of growing up in the public eye. As Barron transitions from adolescence to adulthood, the scrutiny of the public eye intensifies. Now attending New's Stern School of Business, Barron is no longer just the little boy who liked his suitcase. He's a young man, navigating the challenges of college life under the watchful eye of the media. Reports suggest that Barron commutes to campus rather than living on it, protected by Secret Service detail and keeping a low profile. His presence on campus is minimal, described by some as distant and isolated. He goes to class, goes home, and doesn't engage in the typical college experiences that many students take for granted. Some students at New have described Barron as an oddity on campus, a figure who is physically present but doesn't truly integrate into college life. His tall stature and his status as a member of the Trump family make him an easily recognizable figure, and he has yet to learn how to navigate life publicly on his own terms. As a result, he's often perceived as aloof and disconnected, with some speculating that his self-imposed isolation is not just a matter of security, but also self-defense. Barron's relationship with his father. Barron's relationship with his father, Donald Trump, has always been a topic of curiosity. While Melania has consistently shielded Barron from the public, Donald Trump has taken a more hands-off approach. He hasn't offered the same level of protection or privacy for Barron, often mentioning him in public appearances, sometimes in strange ways. At the inauguration, for instance, Trump made a remark about Barron's height, calling him a very tall son named Barron. Over time, Barron's role shifted from being a protected child to becoming a tool in his father's political narrative. Trump has even credited Barron with understanding the youth vote and steering him toward podcasts that young men watch, though the results were less than impressive. Barron's relationship with his father remains a complicated one, marked by public moments that often seem more like props for Donald Trump's image rather than genuine father-son bonding. Unlike Melania, who has been fiercely protective of Barron, Donald Trump has at times used his son as a tool for political messaging. Barron Trump and the manosphere. In recent years, Barron has been linked to the manosphere, the online subculture of male-dominated spaces that has gained notoriety for promoting toxic masculinity. According to reports, Barron has spoken with Andrew Tate, a controversial figure known for his misogynistic views and criminal charges. While Barron has not publicly endorsed Tate or his views, the connection has raised concerns. Given his prominent position within the Trump family, the fact that Barron is connected to such figures could have significant implications for his future, both in terms of his personal life and the public's perception of him. The link between Barron and the manosphere also speaks to the larger narrative of power, wealth, and influence that surrounds him. As the son of one of the most influential men in the world, Barron is already embedded in systems of power that few people ever experience. His connections to figures like Tate and his involvement in the crypto world show that Barron is far from an innocent bystander in the complex web of money, media, and politics that defines the Trump family. The future of Barron Trump. As Barron Trump continues to navigate life as a young adult, the world is watching closely. He may have grown up in the shadows, but the spotlight is now on him, and the mystery surrounding his identity only continues to grow. Barron is no longer just the child of Melania and Donald Trump. He is a young man with his own choices to make, even if those choices are shaped by the immense pressure and expectations placed upon him. Whether he follows in his father's footsteps or carves out his own path, one thing is certain: Barron Trump's future will be closely intertwined with the legacy of the Trump family, for better or worse. While we may not yet know who Barron Trump will become, we can make some educated guesses. His upbringing, his relationship with his parents, and his connections to figures like Andrew Tate and the crypto world all suggest that he may not be the traditional heir to the Trump empire. Instead, Barron could emerge as a new kind of figure, one who combines the wealth and power of his father with the influence of the modern media landscape. Whatever happens next, the world will be watching, waiting to see what this enigmatic young man does with the power and privilege he has inherited. If you found this deep dive into Barron Trump's life interesting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth content. We've got plenty more stories to explore, and you don't want to miss them. Stay tuned, and remember, if you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe.